You're listening to Those Dram Yinzers with your hosts, John and Zach.
Hey everyone, I'm John, and welcome to a special edition of Those Dram Yinzers, where we drink days 6 through 11 of the Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends Whiskey Advent Calendar. And then I talk about it. Running solo tonight, folks. As we all know, as I've said before, December is just a crazy, crazy month for everybody. Didn't plan these middle couple out very well on my end, so that's my fault. So now I am running this one solo. But that's okay. We're still going to drink some whiskey. Now, normally we do 5 at a time, right? But you heard me say earlier, I said 6 through 11. That is because Aaron informed me tonight before I started recording that I should include 11 in this one because 7 through 11 are kind of a group together, kind of an experience, an exploration together. So we're going to do 6. We'll talk about 6, and then we're going to really focus on 7 through 11 tonight. Without further ado, let's get into it. 6, for those of you checking out the video, really light in color, but that's not always indication of whatever. There's so many types of whiskeys out there, folks. It is so hard to do this, especially when there's not narrow. This is literally everything. They're going the whole gambit, right? Ooh, this is very fruity on the nose. I like this nose. I don't know if you can hear me. I really like this nose. I really do. Oh, wow. Nice. I mean, almost got like a white wine, right? Like a sweet white wine. Like a Moscato, so we're talking like crisp, light fruit, apples, white grapes, a little bit of like pear, like that kind of. Maybe a little floral in there. Oh wow. Okay, this is a really promising. I really like this nose, and I hope that the actual whiskey itself doesn't disappoint. Let's write some notes down. Wonderful, wonderful nose on this. So we got a dry front, nice like white pepper kind of note right there in the middle, but still that lighty, fruity, kind of taste like we got on the nose. Leather on the back end. I really enjoy that. No like crazy hug or anything. I mean, it feels pretty good going down, but nothing crazy. It is a little dry in the end. But leathery, you kind of get that together. I think I'm going to go, I want to say this is 80 proof. I'm not entirely sure where this one is from. There's a little, with that leathery note, some peanut butter in there. That's pretty cool. With that leathery note, I kind of get a little bit of like a smoke, but nothing crazy that makes me think. So, I don't know. I mean, I want to say this is like some sort of Irish. That's my guess. But regardless of what it is, the proof that I enjoy this. I think this is a great easy sipper, just like how we felt the other 1 through 5 was. So I'm actually going to give this a pass. I really enjoy this one. This could be like a consistent drinker of mine. Let's set that one out of the way so I don't knock all these glasses over. And let's get into this next flight. And I was informed, in case you didn't figure it out already, that how I said, I wonder if any of these songs are a hint or a nod to what these whiskeys might be. And Aaron said, no, they're just fun songs that he likes to listen to, that he think you would enjoy listening to while you sat back and enjoyed this whiskey. So sorry, no hints with the songs. All right, I think we just go right into it. Don't you? I have no idea if this video is even going to work, but we're going to test it out. We're going to put little snippets on the TikToks and YouTubes, because YouTube now apparently has its own version of like TikTok and Reels called Shorts. So, the 7 through 11 experience. The 7-11 experience. I don't know if you did that on purpose, Aaron, but good job. All right, so this is a little on the lighter side. But again, these are only 1 ounce bottles, so like I could see that like it's a little darker than 6. But again, 1 ounce sample bottles, you're not going to get too dark, even for some of the darker ones. So let's jump into 7. Whoa. massive, massive, like darker fruit notes, like a fermented fruit. My dad and his buddies make an old recipe that he found that was his grandfather's of basically like a fruit wine kind of thing, but a mashup of fruit wine. And this just that's the first thing I thought of. You know, we're all about memories when we talk about drinking. That's the first thing I thought of was this wine that they make, which they call it. I don't know how many of our listeners will know this reference, but because I don't really know it that well. I mean, I understand it, but I don't get it. They call it Champipple from Sanford and Sons, the old show Sanford and Sons. So that's immediately what I got on that. Literally, I'm writing down Champipple. What? What is that? That's a cinnamon up front. Nice floral oak in the middle. Decent finish. Linger, about a medium finish, I think I would say. Lingers for a bit. Not really like completely and utterly staying with me, but a nice medium finish. No real hug. Consistent like pepper. Maybe 90. I've been really off with my proofing lately. I don't know. I mean, rye, like just a nice like rye, like a nice balanced rye, but that's not bad. I may come back to that one. I might change that based on how these other ones taste. But my first instinct is rye, which we know is always rye, and I'm probably wrong. So, rating. I thought that was really good. At first sip really kind of took my palate for like a ride. It was cinnamony. It was sweet. It like almost had like a crazy like it was finished, but I at the first, but I don't. After a couple other sips, I don't think it is. I feel like this is going to be I'm going to stick with a Haas again. I know I was a little critical last time. Try not to be as critical this time. I'm going to go with another Haas. We're just rolling right through these with no one else here, aren't we? Now that I've sat with it for a bit, that finish is kind of staying with me. And it's kind of like just like lingering right around here. And I don't hate it. That's a really nice finish to a whiskey. Like a standard finish that you would want to a whiskey, right? Day 8. Standard oak. A little floral, but it's deep in there. Ooh. Is that a real sweet start? With a nice like baking spice in the middle there. Finish. Dries me out a little bit. And it kind of sticks. Yeah. It was okay. Nothing crazy about it. I want to try. Maybe 85. I'm not getting anything crazy like when it comes to proof on these. I think that might have been a bourbon. It had a lot of decent characteristics of a bourbon. I'm 3 for 3. Haas. Like I said, nothing overly crazy, but like something I could see as an everydayer kind of thing. So, watch, this is probably something ridiculous. All right, moving right along. Again, we're pounding through these. And I'm okay with that. Because that's less editing for me. 9. Haven't really talked legs at all. Wow, is this sticking to the glass? Whoo. Like a nice, like, burnt oak. Not like your standard oak, but like I don't want to say smoky, because that's not right. Just like a standard burnt oak. My nose has been really off lately, and I don't know why. Like I'm just really having trouble picking things out. No brown sugar. This tastes familiar. It's got a maltiness. For a second, I thought Aaron was taking us through a flight of some of the PWF picks, but no. No, these aren't high and proof enough. A lot of those picks have been barrel proof. I'd stick to this with a 90 proof. I gotta pour more. Jesus. Apparently, I like this one. There's a malty brininess to this. Finish is pretty standard, as I said with most of these. Again, drying me out a little bit. A little hug. Nothing crazy. Again, I think we're still easing into this calendar. You know what I mean? I'm not getting hit with anything crazy proof-wise. There's a little bit there, but like, I don't really think this is above 90. And if it is, well, job well done, sir. Baking spice, pepper. I think this is another bourbon. I think we're in the States. I think 6 is out. 7, 8, 9. I feel like we're definitely back in the United States for this one. I think this is another bourbon. That there's a little bit of hug after a bit, but nothing that's horrid. Apparently, better be a Haas because this is the first one I had to like pour more for. So, yeah. Since he said these were an experience, I was trying to think like what that would be, right? Like it's not barrel picks from us because they've all pretty much been barrel proof. So these aren't that. I thought maybe he could be going through like local, maybe experience. I felt like I've had these, like these are familiar, but I'm not really picking on anything super crazy. I like this one better than 8, so this is going to be a Haas as well. Jesus, I'm just, all sorts of happy tonight. Whatever. Numero 10. Again, shout out to Aaron for donating not 1 but 2 boxes, 2 calendars to us. Thank you very much. It's always hard when, it is normally 2 people, sometimes 3, to split it 1 ounce between 3 people and actually get like real notes from it. So I just want to again thank Aaron for helping us out. Ooh. Ah. That's it. I'm not going. How many times do you hear that quote or some sort of quote from that Grinch movie during this time of year? You want to feel old? That version of the Grinch came out in 2000. It's 22 years old. It can drink. All right, there's that pepper. Yeah, straight through. A little hot on the end, but like cinnamon candy hot on the end. I can't really pinpoint. I'm getting a nice like malt on the nose, or like a yeast almost, kind of like you walk into a distillery and the fermenter tanks are open. I feel like this is a rye. That pepper spice is just very, very prevalent. It's throwing me off with proof, though. Spice always throws me off. Maybe 95. Maybe. I don't hate it. I want to say, my gut's saying downtown, but this could change. So I'm going to put a little dash there. It's got the biggest kick, hug out of all of them. But I still don't think this is a crazy high proof. I don't know. Who knows? You know me. I could mistake proof for spice all the time. All right, last one. What is that? What is that? That is a note I've never smelled before. I need to put a word to it for it. And usually this is where Zach can help me out because he can pick a little bit more things out than I can. But, I mean, cinnamon, but not... man. Is there peat on that? No, I don't think it's peat. Maybe? No. What did he give us? All malt whiskey, 7 through 11? Like, there's very much like a grain note. And that sounds stupid, but you understand what I mean. Like a malty grain note on there. A little bit of baking spice, more on the pepper side. I don't know what this would be. I wonder. I don't think they would waste 5 to do the same whiskey but different iterations of it, if that makes sense. I don't think they would do that. Maybe they would. I don't know. They're crazy. I want Aaron to videotape himself listening to us, and I just want to see the cackle of like, man, you're so off. I think this could go up to 100. It's not peat, but it's definitely got that malt. The finish has got that peppery finish. I'm not really sure what this would be. This is single malt? Maybe? Let's go with that. Why not? Yeah, let's go with single malt. Whatever. I'm wrong anyway, so what's the difference? I think this would stay at downtown. It wasn't my favorite of all of them. It was the most intense. But I feel like that could possibly change. Let's just downtown for now. Alright, well, hey, that was a quick one. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for listening to just me. Hope it wasn't that boring for you. I'm going to attempt to mess around with this video that I'm also recording. So you might see something on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Who knows? We'll see what happens with it. But I guess for now, since we're not done, I'll just say, see you next time.